The summer of '59, a seaside town on the Adriatic. My mother and father met and fell in love. On Easter Monday the following year they were engaged. A few weeks later, my mother saw my father off on the day he caught a train bound for Naples and a passenger liner destined for Australia. He promised to return for her or to arrange for my mother to follow him. He sailed away, and my mother allowed herself the occasional lapse into doubt about whether they would in fact ever be together again. Whatever restlessness of spirit had prompted my father to emigrate, it had nothing to do with his dedication to my mother. She may have felt a sense of unease at his leaving, but his conviction never wavered. He sent my mother an unexpected telegram as he sailed across the Indian Ocean towards Melbourne to reassure her that he held fast to their commitment. From that point on, he and my mother exchanged letters, on average 2 a week, for the 2.5 years of their long-distance courtship. She married on a Monday, so as not to draw attention to the fact that the man kneeling beside her that day in church was a proxy, my father's younger brother. My mother keeps the dozen or so photos of that day in a small white leather-bound album. I think of them still as photos of her rather than their wedding day. As a child, I was mystified by my father's absence in these photos and confused about the distance between them that prevented his being there. I look at those photos now and wonder at her resolve. How did she feel walking down that aisle? The man she loved so many thousands of kilometers away, literally on the other side of the world. Imagine being that sure in your love for someone else. What a risk, what a chance to have taken, and what a blessing. My mother sailed to Melbourne and in November of 1962 was reunited with my father.
The world, for I have found my world in
you. So she got her man in the end, in spite of the ringing on her wedding day. They made their home in the Bayside suburb of Williamstown, in a house my father had purchased, completely repainted and furnished as best he could afford. By all accounts, my mother liked the house, and my father so much she stayed. It's hard these days not to be cynical or feel disillusioned about love. Love stories just don't seem to be quite what they used to anymore. And probably my mother's story isn't one that women of my age can readily or comfortably identify with. But from where I'm standing, it's a story of free and brave choices made, of courage and conviction, and of a life lived authentically, with considered intent, and with much love.
In